right, everybody ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will call to order the Curry County Board of Commissioners Budget Committee meeting. We have already done the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, so we will move immediately into any amendment of the agenda. Does anyone have anything?
I do not have an amendment, but I do have a correction.
Okay.
So on the LB1, which is the document that announces the public hearing, we were not required this year to publish that in the newspaper, okay? Because with COVID-19, the governor said we could get by with just doing that online. We still chose to put it in the paper anyway. There was one typo in the paper, though. We were quick trying to get it in the paper, and it had the total requirements incorrectly stated on the LB1 that went in the paper. The total requirements for the budget are $94,972,481. Like I said, it did appear correctly online, though.
Okay.
Council?
Thanks. So I just have a question about this agenda, if I'm looking at the right one. I'm looking at an agenda, Curry County Board of Commissioners, and it says Budget Committee meeting, call to order, pledge of allegiance, adoption amendment, public comments, and then approving minutes of the Budget Committee. Is that on this agenda? And then the next one is the public hearing and the resolution to adopt the county budget?
Yes, that's the way it's written.
Okay, good. So it looks like we've got, and I had a discussion earlier regarding what committee was doing what today. And it looks like the meeting minutes for the budget committee would be approved by the entire budget committee. But the way I understand the resolutions to adopt a budget, that's the governing body. We're adopting the budget with the governing body, not the budget committee. So I just understand that item 4 on this agenda is budget committee work. So this would be like a joint meeting of the Board of Commissioners and the budget committee. Budget committee will do item 4, but my understanding is the governing body, not the budget committee, would do items 5.
Correct. That is my understanding as well. For some reason, historically, this is how Curry County has always done their agendas. It's a little confusing because you're actually having 2 different bodies acting on this budget, but it's the governing body that, which is the Board of Commissioners, which actually does the adoption of the resolutions. But the Budget Committee can hold those hearings as stated on the agenda, but when we go to actually vote on those 3 items, it would just be the governing body.
Okay.
Say that
Any
loud.
other comments?
Except for just real quick too, I'm sorry, Council Huddle. You indicated earlier though that because the Budget Committee did not make appropriations, they have to actually make those the Budget Committee themselves actually has to discuss that and approve that, and then the board would follow up with the actual approval of the resolution.
Thank you. Sure. So the budget committee earlier held public hearings and we had presentations, and they approved a budget to present to the Board of Commissioners. And when they approved the budget document they approved was supposed to include the appropriations level. And I was just unclear as to whether this budget committee had done that when they approved the budget. So it would make sense for them just to clarify that the budget they approved, presented to the board. And if I could also ask clarification, the budget document that the board is going to be, or that the Board of Commissioners is going to be adopting on number 5, that is essentially the same budget document that was approved and recommended by the budget committee.
That is correct.
Okay,
That
so in that case, I think the budget committee, as their last item, we'd have 4D on here for the budget committee to act, would be to affirm that the appropriations level in their approved budget is the same as the appropriations level presented in today's budget. So that would just be 4D for the budget committee to do. And then after that, I think the budget committee would not need to vote on the 5, A, B, and C.
Okay, and I can help walk us through that
Yep.
when we get there.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Commissioner Boyce?
Council Huddle, thank you, Mr. Chair. Did you want to put that in the form of a kind of suitable motion now, or?
We'll just wait till we get to 4D, and then the motion would be simply for the budget committee to affirm that in its approved budget, they included the appropriations level as presented in the budget for the board to adopt today.
Thank you.
I think if the clerk, the minute taker, can understand that budget and, or that concept and put it into words for the minutes, we'll be okay.
Any other comments? All right, we'll move to public comments. Are there any public comments? I don't see anyone here for public comments, so we'll close public comments. And I would now entertain any motions to approve any minutes.
I move that we approve the minutes from the April 20th and the 21st. Can we put it all together?
Yes.
You're the chair. Okay.
Second, Mr. Chair.
All right.
And then is there a motion to confirm the appropriations level in the Budget Committee's approved budget are the same as those in the budget for the board adoption today?
So move, Mr. Chair.
I'll second that.
And a vote?
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
And Mr. Huddle, my understanding is that would conclude the Budget Committee portion of this meeting, correct? And then I would yield back to Commissioner Pash at this point.
That's my understanding, Chair.
Okay. We're going to move on then to number 5, public hearing on the resolution to adopt the Curry County budget. Opening that hearing.
So I would just like to add for the public hearing that the matter we're discussing is $94,972,481. That is basically what we're looking to adopt, or what the hearing is on, is for the adoption of that amount. Just a note on that too, if you recall when we had our first budget meeting on this, the assessor came forward with some changes he had wanted to see for his staff based on a grant. And we don't have final word on whether that grant has been approved yet or not, so that's not in this budget. It'll have to be addressed as a supplemental budget.
Okay.
Director Schmelzer?
Mm-hmm.
Also for the public hearing or any comments, anyone who wanted to talk about the appropriations level or the categorizing and imposing the tax could also speak about
Right.
that.
I thought we were just doing them one at a time, but I'll go into that right away, okay? Let's do them all.
I thought we
Public
could
hearing
have
on
a
all three?
combined public hearing and 3 motions.
Okay.
That way we wouldn't have to
Okay,
open it.
so-
Thank you.
That's
All
what I
right,
was
so
planning.
let me just do the other ones, good point, so I'll just keep going on this then. So then when we're looking at the appropriations, we're looking at, for the general fund, we're looking at $1,962,028 in personnel services, $1,106,174 in materials and services, $170,000 in capital outlay, $58,600 in debt service, $6,105,169 in interfund transfers, for the total of $9,401,971. We're also looking at the other funds. Personnel services is $10,350,979. Materials and services $10,336,418. Capital outlay of $6,083,689. Debt service of $31,800. Interfund transfers of $31,911,896. Operating contingencies are $2,266,998. Special payments is $1 million for a total of $61,981,780. And then we also have to add in that we have $23,588,730 in unappropriated and reserved funds. And then just going into the third one. So the third resolution would be imposing and categorizing taxes for the coming fiscal year, and that would be at .5996 per 1,000, which is the current tax rate.
Okay, anything further on the public hearing? I close the public hearing. Do I have a motion to approve these?
I move that we approve the budget as presented by Director Schmelzer.
Second, Chair Pash.
Further discussion?
I just have one comment
Yes.
on that. And for those that are listening, I just want to announce that we ran the numbers, and based on this budget, the average homeowner, so the average home in Curry County is $251,500. So based on the tax rate, the average home would pay $10.56 into the sheriff's department and the sheriff's services that they receive, and they pay 45 cents for the commissioners.
Thank you. All right, further discussion? Roll, please.
Commissioner Gold,
Aye.
Vice Chair Boyce,
Aye.
Chair Pash.
Aye.
Motion carried unanimously.
All right, any questions or comments from the Budget Committee? Council?
Well, just wanted to, so we had 3 resolutions. I think Commissioner Gold's motion was to adopt the budget. Did you want to do the other 2, set appropriations and categorize tax, or was that a motion to approve the slate?
That's
I said as presented.
I
Good,
thought it was a
so
motion
the
to
slate,
approve the
very
slate.
good. I just want to make the record clear that that was on all 3. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, any other comments, actions from anyone? All right, then we guess we need to talk about our next meeting.
So just so everyone is aware, we still do not have our audit done. It still has not been completed. It was due in December. So we're still waiting for the auditor to complete that. That has to be done before we can finalize some numbers. So we were hoping to schedule a meeting at the end of summer. It's all going to depend on whether or not that audit gets completed. So I think we really need to see when the audit is done and then set the meeting out, not to go more than 3 months beyond today's date. So if it's still not done, God forbid, in 3 months, we'll just meet anyway, okay? If everyone's okay with that.
Sounds
Everyone
good.
okay with that?
Yep.
And we'll notify you through an email, and then you can just put some dates on it, and then we can all approve the same date in our schedules. Sounds good. Anyone have anything further?
Well, thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, with that, this meeting is adjourned.